Okay, what's up, guys? It's Opex. Got a video for you today because I said I was back, and I am back. And I got a microphone, I have a webcam. Might as well do this right in my apartment, seeing how I don't truck drive anymore. And a lot of people have been asking me, "Hey, Opex, you truck drive?" No, I do not. I have stopped for a while, and that's what video is pretty much all about. It's about an update. You haven't seen me in a while. Of course, I'm coming back. So I want to talk to you guys about a lot of the changes, a lot of the things that have occurred in my life, and of course, truck driving. Seeing how a lot of you guys that watch my channel are generally truck drivers as well. You guys aren't philosophers. You guys aren't generally on that side of YouTube with me. You're generally on the side of, hey, you're a truck driver, I'm a truck driver, so I subscribe to you. So today, let's dive into the reasons why I'm back. Let's start with that before I tell you why I'm back or anything else. So the reason why I'm back is because I have a lot of stuff on my plate that I have not spoken about. And of course, things change. Things change all the time. And I want to make these changes for myself for the better. So I am dedicated, motivated, and consistent. Also, I want to make sure that other people are aware of this information. By all means, all stretches of the imagination, philosophy, what can better you, longevity, happiness, whatever. So my channel isn't based on truck driving. The reason why I'm back is because we are going back to the philosophy realm. I'm trying to help you guys out, trying to get you guys to think outside the box, because unique individual thought is highly dismissed, and this is a platform where I can talk, so here we go. Now, going back to truck driving, because I definitely want to talk about that first. Why did I stop truck driving? I am done truck driving. Done. I got a letter. I think this is it. No. Anyways, I got a letter. Because I've been driving trucks for 4 years, that the 4-year the 4-year mark was coming up. I needed another medical. Every 2 years you need a medical update and a medical certificate, and I haven't had one in 2 years. And then I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm done. I'm done truck driving. It's not benefiting me in any way. The money isn't everything. I've made videos, basically hinting towards this. My whole truck driving career, since the very beginning, I said, I am not doing this forever. I'm not doing this forever. Not. Some of you guys probably took that with a grain of salt or thought, we'll see when the time comes. I have dreams and goals, and truck driving is actually, at this point, getting in the way of those dreams and goals. So I'm going to reiterate a few of my videos that I've made in the past. One of those videos being health over wealth. Why is this important? Of course it's important. Health over wealth. Can you spend your wealth if you have no health? Not really. What's the point of wealth if you have no health? If you have no basis to use the wealth in which can benefit you or help you in any way? You can't use it, so what's the point of having it? Health is important. Health is more important than anything. Of course, I make that argument and I stress that out extremely well and articulated in that video. So if you want to watch why I encourage you guys to choose health over wealth, watch that video. Truck driving takes away from your health. It is literally impossible to be your greatest version if you are driving a truck. It is impossible. Impossible. Been driving trucks for 4 years. I'm past that 4-year mark, and it's impossible. Impossible to be your greatest version. You're going to be, whether it's OTR, local, whether it's short haul, it doesn't matter what realm or division you go into in trucking. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter. You are going to be sitting down the majority of your shift. Now, you can be in one of those positions where you might have a truck driving job, which isn't a Class A job. You might have a Class B vehicle. You might drive a straight truck, deliver goods from store to store or flowers or something, and you're active. Or you work for Coca-Cola and you're local and you're active. Sure, that is better, but you're still not going to be your greatest version in those jobs. You're still going to be working 12-hour days. You're still going to be not seeing your family. You're still not going to be able to put your energy, your resources, whether that's time, money, whatever, into this, into something, into you. You don't have time for that. Your family, whatever. You just don't have time. The main reason I got out of trucking was because of my health. I made many videos in the past. I was working for a company where I was short haul. It was a regional thing, and this was about 2 years ago or so. Year and a half ago or so. 2 years ago. And about 2 years ago. And I remember I said in a video that I can't do this anymore. I need to get out of this job. They're overworking me. My health is failing. I don't know if I can survive. I need to get out of here. I wake up. I don't get paid half the time I'm working, mainly because, So and you can watch my videos on short haul versus long haul. I have 2 videos on those, and they both are as accurate as I can make it. My short haul, the first one I made, I was basically saying, hey man, short haul is where it's at, it's where the money is, etc. My second short haul video, I basically said it is not where the money is. I had to work some weeks to figure out that regional is not where it's at. You basically go to a place by like 3 a.m., at least when I was working for this short haul company, regional company. Go to the place, the receiver. You sit there at 3 a.m. You try to check in, whatever. They make you stay to the morning, which is typical. So then, okay, they start at 8 a.m. Sweet. 3 a.m. till 8 a.m., you get your 4.5 hours of sleep. Sweet. 4.5 hours of sleep was like, that's like a 10-hour sleep in trucking. 4.5 hours is a lot. And so you get your 4.5 hours of sleep. You rush in there. You get your paperwork done because you got to go to the next haul. You need to pick up a new freight. That's fine. I understand how the game goes. You go there to the next place, but now it's not 8 o'clock in the morning with a brand new schedule and shift and ELD, because you can't do ELD on this because it's just not going to work. You got to go paper logs. But anyways, so for short haul, you go to the next place, but by that time it's like 2-3 p.m. before you get to the next place to pick up. The reason being is because you got to sit there, you have to have them unload you, your dispatcher has to find a new load for you, etc., right? It's pretty much hell. And then you have to drive to the next place, then you have to get loaded, and by the time you're loaded, it's generally after 3 p.m., maybe even dark. And then I would have to work 700, 800 miles that day. So then it's, 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I got to deliver by 8, and every day's that way. And it was not sustainable, and I had to get out of it. And I explained to you guys in a video that I had to get out of it. I can't do it no more. It was killing me. It was embarrassing because my body couldn't keep up. Fast forward to January of this year. I got out of trucking in January 2019. It is now December 2019. I've been out of trucking for like 10 months. So, why did I get out of trucking? Well, because of my health. That's the main reason. The money was great. It's fine, There are obvious problems in trucking, and I'll go over that. So, January, my health was failing. I don't know if you guys know this. I've said this a few times on my channel. It's not something I want to dwell on, but I have cardiovascular problems. I had a heart attack when I was in 2015. I had a heart attack. And when I was 23, which was like 2009, 2010, I started getting supraventricular tachycardia problems, which is SVT for short. And I would have crazy bouts with SVT, and I actually ended up having a heart attack in 2015. So I had cardiovascular problems. I was born with an irregular heartbeat. My mom was doing meth when she was pregnant with me, etc. Like, we can go over all that stuff. It doesn't really matter. The point is, I have health problems. Trucking was not serving me on my health. I switched to long haul. From that short haul to long haul. I went back to long haul. I did the lower 48. I would go to California, and California to Maine to Florida to, wherever, right? So I would go all over the 48, and as you guys know from those videos, I would say that I would work 900 miles a day, or at least 800 miles every single day. Every day, 800 miles. And I loved it, because I would make at least $400 every single day, right? Because you do 50 cents a mile times 800. That's $400 a day. Sounds great. And I would always kind of like brag on it. It's like, yeah, trucking's actually nice with the money. But is it? I made a video, health versus wealth. And what's more important? I couldn't do what I was doing anymore because, all right, so some days would be great. I would work 800 miles a day and get my $400, and, I would get my 6 hours of sleep every night, and that was actually semi-sustainable. But there was points in the business where I would sometimes work 27 hours straight. Nonstop. Illegal? Yes. But believe it or not, I have not worked for a trucking company, and I've worked for a few number of companies now in different states, Wisconsin, Florida, in New York, and many in New York. I've worked for multiple companies. So when I say this, I'm being as accurate as possible, but it's not a blanket statement. All right? I've never seen a trucking company run you legally. Never seen it. Never seen it. I've seen the yard jockeys work 20-hour shifts. I've never seen a trucking company run their drivers legal. Never. My last company, there was a guy, so my company was from Rochester, New York, which is where I am from, to Fontana, California. And there was a few other spots that we had, like semi spots, like little warehouses and stopover spots, like in Utah, Salt Lake or something, or Reno. We have a few little spots that we could have stopped and stuff. But the point is, that was the main thing. That was the main, Rochester to California. So I would drive this, and some days were great, but some days were not. Sometimes we would have a driver from Fontana that would go to Salt Lake City and back. And if you know how far that is, that's like 1,500 miles maybe. No, maybe not that far. Maybe farther. I don't know. But if you think about it, let's just think about it like this. Los Angeles to Salt Lake and then back. He would do that in one shift. And he was required to do that. They tried to get me to do that a few times. I have worked my 27-hour shifts where I've only made $500-$600 in 27 hours. And, some of you guys, especially if you're younger, you're 21, you just got your CDL, fantastic. That's some good money. For a 21-year-old, that's some good money. Do it while you're young, in my opinion. If you have cardiovascular problems or anything else, understand that those problems aren't going to get better. They're going to get worse if you get into trucking. I've never seen a trucking company run me legal or anybody legally. I've never seen it. Even if you're on ELDs, you're still required to work off schedule. This would be requiring backing into a dock or whatever, right? And I know that's just bullshit, just back into a dock after you after your 14-hour shift, you drove for 11 hours, you did 3 other hours, now your time's completely done, but you're at the shipper and you need to get unloaded. Of course, you're still working for another 4 hours until they unload you. Then you got to get to another truck stop because they don't want you to park on that property. And yeah, you're going to have to run illegally. It's impossible not to, okay? So all this bullshit, just find a company to run legally, I've never seen it. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Now, yeah, missing one night of sleep a week or something, sure. If you're going through that, and that's simple, right? On average, from trucking, I got 0 full nights of sleep a week. On average. You know, once in a blue moon, you will get that 8-hour sleep. I never really got it. So, in my 4 years trucking, I never got a full night of sleep. Generally. So that's going to be one of the reasons why cardiovascular problems and me and trucking all just didn't mix. So I got out of trucking. I had to start taking care of my health. My last company, I would have to pull over, and I'm being completely honest with this, I would have to pull over right on the side of the highway in an emergency panic situation and just stay there for hours. And I would have to call my employer and be like, hey, man, I have heart problems. I'm clenching my chest. I'm not going to be able to make it to that shipper for a couple hours. I literally can't do it. I could die right now because my heart's sporadic. I can't function. I'm fat. I'm overweight. It wasn't working for me. Now, when you looked at me in the camera, of course, it's just a camera headshot. You don't see much difference between me now and then. I'm going to tell you right now. January of this year, I was 213 pounds. Some of you guys are like, that's not much. For me, that was a lot. 213 pounds, trying to take care of myself the best I can, trying to exercise the best I can. Not working very well. Now, 213 pounds, I am about 160 right now. That is over 50 pounds lost. I lost over 50 pounds 4 or 5 months ago. Right? So I lost 50 pounds from January till about August. I'm still about the same weight. Pretty much plateaued. I exercise every day. I take care of myself. My original plan was to get back into the truck. But earlier in this year, I got that notice of, hey, you're going to have to get your medical card again or get out of trucking, or we're going to put you back down to a Class D license. Well, I'm Class D again because I don't want to go backwards in my life. I personally don't have something like trucking serving me. I don't need money. I made a huge chunk of money, $400 a day, $400 a day, $400 a day, never spending it. It adds up. Bank account gets big. I got out of there. And I probably couldn't work another 2 weeks in this company. I couldn't. Like, I could stress to you guys and get emotional with you guys, but my health was on the line. My life was on the line. I had to get out of there. So I got out of there. So a lot of you guys are probably thinking, okay, Opex, so from December to now, have you been working? I have. Not full time. I was working for my uncle this summer as a pool boy. I made, I don't even know how to describe it, like 15 to 20 bucks an hour in a pool business with my uncle, who has had his pool business for 30 years. So 30 years this guy's been a pool business. He needed help. I got in there. I worked full time for, the later half of the summer till the beginning of November, and then I got out of that. So the pool business is actually pretty cool. I got tanned during the summer. I felt good. I'm healthy. You get the sunlight. You're outdoors. You're breathing oxygen. You're moving. Whether I'm skimming or I'm clearing out lines, whatever it is that I'm doing, it's active. And for me, that is something I wanted. So yeah, no, I'm not making $400 a day. I'm making $120, and I'm working part-time. So when I look at $120, I leave work, I have all my day to do whatever the fuck I want. This would be laundry, cook my own food, go out on dates, whatever, go fishing, right? Whatever it is, I have that opportunity now, which I did not before. You know, trucking, you're away from home all week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, months. And then when you finally get a date, you're fat, you're overweight, you're barely breathing, barely clinging on to life, and you're backed up on laundry. Does that seem like a happy life? Not for me. So, pool boy was my gig. I still have this gig in the springtime, but I'm not going to be full-time in this gig. I'd rather be a part-time in this gig, help my uncle whenever I can, and let the other guys work full-time for next year. I have other plans for next year. We'll get into those plans in the future. We're still talking about the past. We're not even talking about now yet. So, you also got to understand one thing. For me, I respect myself a lot. I respect myself. So, I don't want a boss. I know what I'm capable of. I know my qualities. I know my gifts. I know what my strengths are, my weaknesses. I know I hate bosses. I know I hate being told what to do. I just want to do what I have to do. Get out of there. No stress. So I'm trying to have a huge reduction in stress in my life, which has done wonders for me. So before I tell you what I'm going to be doing in the future or what I'm doing now, let's talk about how I lost 50 pounds. So when you're trucking, you have a lack of nutrition. You have a lack of quality of foods. As I said in my last video, which is Population Control Part 2, I was addressing food-like products, sugar, things that come in boxes that we're ordering and purchasing at stores, bringing it home and consuming, devouring it, and then, go into these little niacin flushes and these little ups and downs of your sugar rushes and, insulin boosts and levels going up and down and fluctuating. Because of food products, fast food, and the food choices, truck driving, you don't have much options. Because of your lack of time available to exercise, you're just going to be unhealthy. Can you incorporate exercise routine into your daily routine? Sure. Is it going to happen every day? No, not in trucking. It's not going to happen every day. But because of lack of exercise, lack of proper diet and nutrition, my health was terrible. My heart was terrible. My organs were failing. I was very unhealthy. I didn't have energy. I was lethargic. I had fat face. I'm not sure if you can see this, but here, hold on. I think I can do something real quick. Hold on, guys. Can you see? No. I should have just done this. Can you see this? This was me in March. Let me see if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. Okay. This is me in March. See that? Fat face, pale. This is after 2 months of me being out of the truck. Smiling, catching fish, hanging out in the sunlight. It's cold that day. It's March and it's windy. You can see my hair up there. But you can see there's something already starting to change. I'm getting skinnier. I had this huge beard still because I was very unhealthy and I'm trying to take care of myself in other ways. Now, look at this picture. Hold on. Downloads. Shit, what did I just do with this picture? I just did something with this picture. Oh, yeah. Here we go. And here's a picture of me today. All right. How do I zoom? Press control. All right, hold on. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. All right. So I'm not extremely skinny, but you can see that there's definition in some spots. I exercise every day. I take care of myself. So this was about an hour ago. Me getting out of the shower. A lot of people said that I lost too much weight, so I had to take a picture and show people, hey, I'm not all that skinny. You know, of course I got some abs here and taking care of myself. But this is me now. Do you honestly think that I'm going to go from this to fatty again? You think I'm going to do that? You know how much attention I'm getting now, relatively compared to when I was trucking? It's like night and day. Shit. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second and we'll be back into this. I'm new to technology, and this is my first stream at home. Okay, that's kind of alright, right? I don't know. Alright, so, yep, we got muscle, and we're taking care of ourselves. Sorry. So, we're taking care of ourselves this day and age. Right now, I have a workout routine. If you guys want, I can do a full workout routine for you guys. Hold on. I can do a full workout routine for you guys. But you guys got to be interested in it. So if you guys are wanting to know like what I do to lose weight, to stay in shape, I don't do anything for muscle gain. Rather, I do things for lean, basically fat loss. Taking care of myself, trying to be as lean as possible, least amount of visceral fat, and I intake as least amount of sugars as possible, etc. Right? I do some protein, for protein gains and being able to get some muscle and be able to work out the next day. I work out every day. I do. I have an exercise bike. I have dumbbells. I don't go to the gym. I might do another secondary exercise later in the day. I might go for a jog or a run or something. But that's much more rare. So, here. Let me explain something. Right now, I'm at my peak fitness. Right now, I'm at my peak health. Right now, I'm in my peak of everything. Whether that is masculinity, intelligence, sexuality, whatever. Philosophy. I'm at the peak right now. I don't want to go backwards. This summer has been great to me. This is the best summer of my life. I didn't work this summer for the first time of my life until the later half of summer, like July. July through November I worked this year. So the point I'm getting at is that I had a great summer. I was able to do all the things I wanted to do, interact with people I haven't interacted with years, go out on hikes. I would go out early in the morning after a workout, and I would go out on a hike alone with nobody. And I would just take a hike and exercise and feel good and just being one with nature. It felt good. Some days I would wake up, go fishing. Some days I would wake up and just do things. My whole life, I was a night person. I've been a night owl type of personality. Nowadays, the second 6, 7, 8 o'clock hits, I'm like done. I'm ready to go to bed. It's just a whole different thing. Now I have all my energy in the morning. Right now it's 11:21. I've already worked out today. I've already done all the things I wanted to do today. So essentially, I take care of myself. That's my priority. Feel good as soon as possible. I don't drink. I don't do anything to make me hungover the next day. I don't consume large amounts of sugar, which also will interrupt your insulin levels. I don't want to do anything to make me feel less than my greatest. Tomorrow, I want to be better than I am today. It's just my mentality. It's who I am. It's just dedication. If I can't do the lift I did yesterday, well, I'm going to have to think and rearrange and figure out how to be better than I was yesterday. And I'm dedicated to it, right? So I have a lot of goals and dreams in mind, and I need to be in my best shape for these goals and dreams. I want to have the greatest, spouse that I can have so I can raise children. And I have a lot of goals and dreams. Now, of course, I had a video. I'm trying to remember what it's called right now. I remember I was making a video, my plan to retire in 10 years. And basically, that video was saying that I want to live off the grid. I want to do the things I want to do to be self sustainable, to be stress free, to not have an alarm clock or a boss or anything like that. And I can get up and I can start tending to my land and my crops and my farm animals. And I have this plan of having all these farm animals and a huge garden and producing all these crops and making my own sauces to everything, right? And have a modular home so you're not paying all this extra tax because you have a foundation on a home. So this idea of retirement or self-sustainable or no bosses or stress-free or no alarm clock is the goal. That's where my heart is. I have an opportunity right now, or sorry, rather this spring, to get my own modular home, to get it onto a property, which I don't own myself, but my parents own. So it's cool, you know? I can live tax-free on a modular home, have my own animals. This would be like meat rabbits, chickens, maybe even puppies. Maybe I'll even be a breeder. Probably not, but there's tons of options there. I just want to live for free. As you can see in my video, health versus wealth. I'd rather be poor and happy and live to 100 than rush myself to a grave in a fast lane. Right? Like, you pick which one's more important. Do you want to run with your grandchildren at the age of 60, where you're running around playing basketball with them? Like my stepdad. My stepdad's 60 or something. He can still beat me in basketball. I'm in my athletic prime. I'm 33 years old, right? I'm in my prime. I feel the best I have ever felt in my life, by far. Yet, my stepdad's 60 and he can beat me in basketball. I want that quality. Reason being is because when I'm 60, I don't want to feel like I'm 100, like half of these Americans do. I want to feel like I'm 30, right? I feel great right now. Wouldn't you want to feel great when you're older? Oh, but when you get older, blah, blah. No, you get pains and sores and stuff like that because you have done things to create those things. And you need to take care of yourself. My idea is I'd rather pay for love through time rather than money. Does that make sense? So my relationships, if I have a child or a grandchild, I don't want that child to associate money with me. I want him to associate time, company, being together. And I have a quality where I want to hang out with children and play basketball with children and teach them new things. And, you know, because a lot of people aren't doing that in this day and age. I believe every family should have a wise elder. I'm going to clearly be that wise elder in my family. And I think it's very essential to have one. If you don't have a wise elder in your family, guess what? There's going to be other people, namely celebrities, politicians, teachers, professors. Someone's going to convince them of something and turn them into something that they want rather than what your child needs or wants. As you already know, the liberal agenda is once you get into school, they want to start pushing that liberal agenda on you. Try to frame your mind a certain way and brainwash you to think a certain way, right? When you have a wise elder, that stops the brainwashing, right? Because when you have a wise elder, they're going to show you, okay, here's the example of here, here's the example of here. Do you still want to go with that liberal agenda? It doesn't seem like real equality. It seems kind of like you're picking on people that work, that do something with their lives, and you give it to someone who doesn't. That's essentially how it essentially works. That's not equality. That's, rewarding laziness. Come on, guys. So when you have a wise elder, well, you can revert that. You can kind of get your child to understand and see things at a young age and become wise themselves. Therefore, preserving your genetics, preserving your greatest traits as you, right? So one way to become immortal. This is deep, guys. Ready for this? One way to become immortal is preservation of your genetics. If your genes are being passed down from generation to generation, you're essentially immortal because you're being passed down from generation to generation and you're still alive one way or the other. Maybe not your consciousness, but your genes are alive. And because your genes are alive, a level of your consciousness is alive. It's just in another. It's just accessible in another. So, if that makes sense. I could describe that a little easier, but I'm trying to get through this video because we're already 35 minutes and I haven't even told you what my real plans for the future are. So, I plan on starting a farm in the spring. I plan on doing pool business on the side. I have a roommate with TBI and MS, and he requires a caregiver. That's also something that I'm looking forward to doing actually this month. Right after this video, I'm calling a place, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm supposed to become the caregiver for this person. So I have 3 business models or 3 job opportunities that are much less stressful than trucking, pay me less than trucking, but it's 3 things I want to do that I would generally do anyways if I didn't, it's just fun stuff. I feel like I took the stress out of my life. I'm exercising every day, which is almost more important than money in itself. It is more important than money. So health over wealth. Take the stress out, which is health over wealth. Reduction of addictive additives like sugar and salt, etc. Just take care of yourself. Eat food. You don't have to put all this shit on your food to make it taste good. Food's food. You consume it to survive. You don't consume it to be a glutton. You know what I mean? So I'm taking care of myself. I lost 50-something pounds. I probably even lost more. Who knows? I should weigh myself today, and I'll give you an update probably next time. But I'm probably less than 160 now. I might be in the 150s. So I might be close to that 60 pounds lost this year. But anyways, so I plan on starting a farm. I plan on continually exercising. I plan on continually bettering myself, fixing my flaws, which, 11 months ago, it was my health. So I got it. I have my exercise bike. I have 3 dumbbells that I use, 20 pound, 25, 35 pounds. And I use this in gravity and sit-ups, type things, abs, workouts, and stuff like that. And I take care of myself. So at the point that I'm at now, I can honestly say I'm my greatest version. I can run a lot longer than I've been able to in my whole adult life. I've been able to do things I haven't been able to do in years. I can run circles around your dog, your fastest dog, your greyhound. I can run circles around him right now because I'm taking care of myself. I almost could convince a doctor I don't have cardiovascular problems. I'm almost to that point. You know what I mean? So I'm taking care of myself. I put my life in my own hands. I take care of myself. I still have money in my account. I have ideas of making money. Yeah, they're not millionaire ideas or billionaire ideas, but that's not where my mind is. My mind isn't to become a billionaire and have taxation and have millions and millions of dollars taken away from me my whole life because I earned it. I don't want that. I'd rather make $20 a year and live in poverty, but it's fine because I don't owe no one nothing. I don't have anyone breathing down my back, and I'm alive and happy, and I'm in my prime, physically, mentally, spiritually. I think I've done great for myself. You should see my parents. You should see the other people in my family that have been talking to me and being like, wow, I don't know what you're doing. Let me know what your workout routine is. The way I do it, I'm not losing the fat here or here, right? So I went from like cardiovascular disease to my next problem was like, how do I lose my love handles? So I start exercising on that and watching that shrink, and then you work on something else, just becoming you better and better and better every day. Now, farming is really cool. There's not much money in farming. So before you guys are like, dude, you're not going to make a career out of this or anything, watch my videos in the past. I'm not trying to work forever. What is the word that you completely like that overrides everything else in the sentence? My plan to retire in 10 years. Now, every word in that is needed. But what word in that stands out the most? Retirement. I don't want to work for someone else, or a stress, or just to breathe. Because a lot of these people need to have food, water, shelter, clothing. All of those things require money. Until you actually get to the point that I'm at, where it's like, okay, I have all my food, I have all my shelter, I have all my clothing, I have everything. Now what? There's nothing else to pay for, except for little odds and ends and, maintenance and requirements and batteries and, solar panels or whatever, right? But ultimately, the less of a bill, the less of a stress. They say more money, more problems. How fucking true that is. Believe it or not, when I'm poor, I'm happy. But when I had more money in my pocket and, I'm thinking to myself, oh, I got to go out and make more money. Why? I had plenty of money. There was no need for that money. It was not helping my future family. And when I was in trucking, I had no time to go out on dates or have look for a woman or become my greatest version. None of that, right? No time for that. I wasn't healthy enough to attract good-looking females or higher quality alpha females. So my problem would be, well, I need to get out of trucking because this isn't going to work. It's not sustainable. It's not going to, promote me into or catapult me into my greatest version. So I had to make those necessary adjustments. I had to start taking care of myself. I had to become my greatest version. I had to take care of myself. A lot of times people think that being selfish, and of course you should watch my video on selfishness and greed, selfishness is a bad thing. It has this very, very negative aura around it, or association attached. The truth is, selfishness is a necessity. You shouldn't go out and start helping others if you need the help. It doesn't work like that. Everyone can see through it. You need to work on yourself. You can't just go out and help people or go out and do things if you're not ready. If you're not, like, you can't go out on dates. It's not fair to the other person if you're a fat slob and inconsiderate, right? But if you are your greatest version and you're your highest quality that you can be as a person, and you want to instill that to others and help others, and then you're ready for dating. Everyone else, it's just selfish gain. It's like, you got your dick wet. Congratulations, right? You're not getting anywhere because neither of you are probably your greatest version. Neither of you are really responsible for shit, because it sounds like, you're just dating without consideration for the other, right? It's like these people when they get like herpes or something, that they just go out and fuck whoever, and they don't care. It's like, how can you do that? Is there any consideration for others? Anyways, I'm going off topic. Point is, becoming your greatest version before seeking other things. The most important thing is taking care of yourself. And if your health is failing, leave your job, leave whatever you got to do. It's not important enough. Lose your house. Your health is more important. Your health is number one. So I hope I encourage you guys to start taking care of your health. And if you're going through similar problems, you might not have cardiovascular problems, but we already know cardiovascular disease and cancer are very, very prominent in today's day and age. And it's the number one and number two leading causes of death. Of course, we want to minimize that. We want to preserve our genes and become our greatest versions and have our greatest family that we can have, with little to no outside external evil influences. and you want to just take care of your family and be around, and you don't want to see. One of the biggest fears in my life is to have children but not see them. It's a big fear, and I think it's a legitimate fear, especially now in today's day and age. And I'm sure all the MGTOWs are going to jump on this. But at the same time, I need to become my greatest version to attract the greatest woman, to have the greatest relationship, to be able to father and mother greatest children, to have a great family, to be all understanding, to communicate properly, because obviously the number one flaw of relationships is communication. It's the nah, it's not listening, it's ignoring, things like that. That is literally the worst thing you can do in a relationship is remove the communication standard. And I don't know why I'm bringing that up, but I'm just saying that you should become your greatest version. Ignore lust, ignore financial gain or riches and possessions. Ignore that. Focus on becoming the best version of you as possible. Therefore, you can go out and make those significant gains, whether that is, whatever it is, right? Whatever you're trying to do in life. Life is full of whatever you want to do, right? So I just encourage you guys to become your greatest version. Get out of anything that is not serving you. Focus on your health first. And after you focus on your health and, being able to do the best you can for yourself, you're going to be able to help others as well. And that's kind of my gift, is saying, hey, I've experienced this, and this. Here's my suggestion for you guys so you guys can avoid those things and can become your greatest version. And you can skip all those trials and tribulations that I did. So basically, in order to be old and wise, you need to be young and dumb. You need to sort of kind of go through those problems. Because you're not going to even understand what I'm saying right now. You're not. Some of you guys are probably like, dude, you can sit down for 12 hours a day truck driving. Come on, man. But then when you actually go out and do it, and then you work for a few years, and then you realize that, hey, some of these 20 to 30 hour shifts where you don't sleep, they can do some damage to your health. So anyways, I wanted to talk about that, and then I also wanted to talk about so my past health problems. I had all these problems I needed to fix, and if I didn't, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. So I had to make these adjustments, and it's okay. I was a little embarrassed about these adjustments because I always look at myself as strong. I'm invincible, but I'm not. Right? You got to take care of yourself. When you look at the statistics of cancer rates, of all these diseases and cardiovascular health problems that I have already, come on, guys, take care of yourself. You don't need a doctor. You don't need drugs. You need to take care of yourself. Be responsible. And I think that's a major topic or talking point for my channel for quite a long time now is, please, guys, be a little responsible. Start taking some responsibility for your actions. If you're having a problem, don't go to a doctor. If you're like, oh, cut out the sugar. Oh, man, I'm having these insulin spikes and I don't feel good and blah, blah. Take out the sugar. Stop going to supermarkets. Start growing your own food. Everything organic. You don't have to read labels anymore, right? So I want to encourage you guys on that aspect. Also, my life is based on what's most important to me. And those importance are 100% health over wealth, happiness and longevity, being able to be around, because the usefulness of you is based on your brain, your physical, your mental, and your spiritual. If any part of that is messed up, you're unable to do those things that you want to do in your life. There's many options in your life. You don't have to go the hardest route like a lot of people have. You don't have to go the easiest route, which a lot of people do. But if you take out the stress of your life, you tone things down, you start, having some meditation, start taking care of yourself with your diet, instead of eating huge portions, slim it down. It's okay to feel hungry once in a while. It's okay. You're not going to die. You can go 4 weeks without food, 6 weeks without food, probably. You don't need to eat 3 times a day. You don't even need to eat 1 time a day. You don't. Okay, guys? Take care of yourself. Exercise. Your body, your heart rate needs to go up, and not from an artificial source like caffeine or sugar. Your heart rate needs to go up by, exercising, moving. I have that exercise bike over there, right? After 3 to 4 minutes, generally 3 minutes of that exercise bike, I can go forever. I can go forever. And I have cardiovascular disease. I have cardiovascular problems. I have heart disease. After 3 minutes on that bike now, I can go forever. Forever. Yeah, I sweat up a storm. Yes, I can't go as hard as I can that whole time. But I can basically go forever. At a steady pace. It's easy, guys. To take care of yourself is easy. It just takes responsibility. It's just saying, hey, this is more important. This is more important than this. And once you start rearranging your brain to understand what's more important than what, like, is that cheeseburger because it's all greasy. Is that important to you? Or is feeling great important to you? Do you want to feel good? Or do you want to have instant satisfaction that is going to go away and tumble down to oblivion? Do you want that? Or do you want to start taking care of yourself, feeling good? I love feeling good. I like having all this extra energy. I like being able to do the things I want to do. I want to go to the beach and be looked at instead of, oh my God, look at that fucking big pale whale. Who wants that, right? Who wants to be the guy that has a shirt on in the pool? Who wants to be that guy? You? That's what you want to be? You know how easy it is to just get some gains? It just takes a level of discipline and understanding that only you can do this. Responsibility. It is nothing else but your responsibility. It's not the doctor. It's not healthcare. It's not the mechanic for your car. It's your responsibility. Once you rewire your brain to understand that you have this power, you're going to take it away from them. And then you're going to realize how much power you really have. And when you realize you have this power, trust me, you're going to use it. It's going to be inviting. It's going to be magnificent. It's going to be, beautiful. It's going to be vibrant. So you're going to use all your new gifts and creativity and your powers of manipulation to everything. You have the power. Oh, fuck. We're already to about an hour. I hope you guys stuck with me at least enough of this video to understand where I am, where I was, and where I'm going to be. Because guess what? If I'm going like this, and I'm all excited to tell you guys about this now, not when I first started working out. You didn't see me, actually I kind of did when I was still in the truck. I was still working out a little bit. As much as I could. I had to because my health was failing. So I started exercising in the truck, and I started to get some gains. But it wasn't healthy, and I was fat. And so I started taking care of myself. I slimmed down. And I think that a lot of people need to realize it's okay. Look, no one understands exactly what you're going through than you. No matter how well you try to articulate it, no one truly understands it but you. No one understands your dream. You're not going to understand my dream. It's not your dream, it's mine. It's mine. I have my brain. I came up with this dream. My heart dwells on it and longs for it and is pulling me towards this dream, and I get excited about it, and I get reward mechanisms when I achieve parts of those dream or of the dream. So when I'm going for it, I feel good about it. Everything aligns with my dream. But if you told me something about your dream and what you want to do, I can't picture that. As empathic as I am, all I can do is understand your love for your dream. but not the lot. I can even understand the logic. I can even understand certain elements of it and apply it to mine, but it's not going to work for me as much as it's going to work for you. Your scenario, your environment, what property you picked, what job you picked, whatever. It's going to be different. Your talents are going to be different than mine. You might like, I don't know. You might like, I don't know, being a factory worker. I don't. I don't want to have a boss yelling at me and me assembling furniture or something. I don't want that. That might work for you. And that can allow you to have those dreams and goals that you want, but not for me. My goals and dreams do not require millions of dollars. I don't want a Lamborghini. I don't want a Porsche. I don't want a mansion. I don't want, an in-ground pool with I have maids, and I don't want all that. The one thing I want is a simple life, stress-free, and again, you might have a different understanding or dream than me, and that's fine. And you should. You shouldn't have the same dream as mine. Some of you guys might have similar ideas and dreams, like being off grid, and I hear it from you guys. I hear it from you guys for years. Some of you guys have similar dreams than me, but it's not the exact same. Location, how you're raised, environment, so many different things go into it. Genetics, you might just be naturally gifted in certain things. You might have longer reach, so you might be a basketball player. You know what I mean, right? Like, you just have different gifts and different things that are going to work in your best interest. Me, I can't deal with bosses. I have to be the boss. I have to, because I just can't. I'm an anarchist. If I don't understand your rules, I don't want to be in those confines of those rules. I can't. I'm a rebel. I need to do things on my own. I need to have my hand on that steering wheel, because if you're driving, I get nervous. But if I have my hand on that steering wheel, I'm responsibility. I know everything's going to be taken care of. But if you do, I get nervous. You can get in an accident. You might not see that patch of ice, whatever, right? It's just how I am. It's just how you are. It's just how we're wired. And we can change all these things and become our greatest version, but it takes responsibility, it takes understanding, consciousness, and awareness. I wanted to give you guys this update. I have other things to update you guys with as well, but we've already gotten way too far in this video, and I definitely want to make this under an hour, because people don't watch it this long anyways. But let me know what you guys think about this setup, if you want me to change the setup, if I should have a green screen backdrop, whatever. This camera position is not good. I would rather have it like up here or something, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that's for this video. Update is out of the way, so now we can go back to philosophy and other things. So let me know what you guys think about this video. Thumbs it up. That would definitely let me know that you guys are interested in me coming back and making full-time content again. And I'm here to help you guys. This video, when I ever make an update video, it's not like, hey guys, look at what I'm doing in my life. I don't care. Don't care. I don't post pictures of, like, through my progression of working out and getting better and slimmer. Do you think I have update pictures of me getting slimmer and looking better every time? No. I don't care. I don't want to show you that. But there is an aspect where, like, it's almost like, if I can do it, you can do it. If I can do something, you can do something. If I have cardiovascular disease and heart disease, and you don't, you can do it too. So, just taking care of yourself, and I think that's the most important part of this video, is you taking care of yourself. Now, did I talk a lot about me? Yes. But some of these things can help you to determine what's most important for you. And if you're going through similar things, I wanted to show you that, hey, it's okay. Leave your fucking job. You're going to be taken care of. And this easy, simplistic, everyone takes care of everyone in this day and age. It's a very liberal, government-ran society. You're going to be taken care of in terms of your money. Right? If you lose your job or you have health problems or you just want to take care of yourself, do it. Health over wealth. You matter more than your job. Your job is going to replace you tomorrow. All these statistics on truck drivers and that we're 200,000 truck drivers down or bullshit. It's all bullshit because they treat you like shit in trucking. No one gives a fuck about the truck driver. You're going to pay for everything. You're responsible for everything. All speeding tickets are going to be paid for you by you. All of your if DOT stops you and you have a DOT tape that's a little peeled, that's on you. That's money out of your pocket. Speeding, all that stuff. Lane changes, anything that's traffic related. Sometimes your company will make you pay for things that's ridiculous, right? But then again, some companies don't. Some companies will pay for your hotel, your food, and everything. So there are those out there, but give or take. But again, I want to leave you with this because we're an hour into this. I just want to tell you that I'm doing great. I'm doing better than I've done my whole life. I'm going to continue getting better because I'm not just going to lose my happiness and lose how I feel and lose all of the great perks that I've accomplished in the last 11 months. Now, the sky's the limit for me. I have money in my account to survive and everything. I have a roof over my head. I have everything that I need. I'm blessed, very blessed. This Thanksgiving, I felt more blessed than ever, and I haven't really made huge amount of money this year, but I feel more blessed than ever. So was it the money that was making me happy? No, because the money wasn't making me happy. See, if you're looking for money as your route to happiness, listen to Bob Marley. He says, if you're looking for the route to happiness through money, money is numbers. Numbers are infinite. So if you're trying to have money as your route to happiness, that route is a never-ending journey. Money is infinite. You're never going to see a number in your bank account that you're just going to be like, oh, that's it, and leave. Leave your job and give up. You're not going to do that. You're going to keep chasing that money until you are 6 feet under. Sound like a happy life? What's more important to you? How much do you value you? Do you want to get up every day and just slave through life? Just because you want to own a few new perks? That's up to you. Not me. I don't. And that's what matters to me. I don't want to be a slave. A corporate slave, alarm clock ridden, cardiovascular disease, never working out, in a cubicle somewhere, drinking an energy drink, just typing away. That's not me. And I'm sure deep down most of you would agree. It's not you either. So, let's finish this video. I'm very bad at finishing videos. I think I said this 15 minutes ago. We'll finish this now. I'm going to leave you with this. I'm doing great. I encourage you to do great things. I have plenty more content coming. Stay tuned for more content. It's Opex. I'm back, baby. And we're out. See you guys. Stop recording.